Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Giving you a different backdrop today. And it's a little more echoey room, so my voice is going to sound a little bit different. This is not my reference room per se. It's a family room with no treatments. But wanted to give you this backdrop for another macro reason of what I'm going to be featuring today, which is the Kaiser Speakers at Rhapsody Audio from my tour back at Lone Star Audio Fest. Wrapping up that tour. Today I'm going to feature them, and if you haven't heard of Kaiser, very innovative brand in many respects, but the main thing that separates them from all others is that they use Panzerholz for their cabinet material. And if you're a longtime subscriber, you'll know that I have been a long-term proponent of using Panzerholz for a material, either resonance control, cabinet material. I even mentioned it if Danny Ritchie ever wanted to do a triple X Extreme, like my speakers in the back, a modular one that was made out of Panzerholz would be really cool to be that next step from MDF. Very costly to deal with. I can see where most people don't want to deal with it, especially in a big cabinet. You can get it in open baffle with the linkwits at a much cheaper price point because obviously you don't need as much. But I've always lusted after hearing what Kaiser could do with that material, and I wasn't disappointed. I heard it at Munich in their bigger models as well as this smaller model. And what you're going to notice, number one, it's more than just the cabinet, obviously, that makes the Kaiser speakers good, but this smaller model fills the entire room just as well as some of those bigger models I featured in prior videos. It's probably not the most ideal for that room, but this was the pair that Chris from Rhapsody Audio used personally in his room of all the speakers he could own. And I can see why. It's a very impressive speaker. And I wasn't disappointed, as I said. But it brings up a macro point that I wanted to make with my hobby in general, and even this channel. Number one, I always look for these companies that are ahead of the curve, doing stuff that everybody else really isn't doing yet, things that will become bigger. And Wisdom Audio back in the early 2000s and even 1990s caught my eye, and that's why I bought these. I lusted after them back then when I couldn't even afford them. These were like $25,000 back in the 90s, which today would mean $250,000, you know, with the price increases that people make. But it was very innovative back in the day. Outboard, external, active crossover. You're seeing some companies now do outboard crossovers, but they're not even active. And you're seeing some now active outboard with DSP. And so that is the next evolution that you're seeing. And I use a lot of that stuff myself and advocate for that as well with a lot of speakers I review. But this is one that was caught my eye, but that's kind of a macro theme of my channel, whether it's the Bach SP by Theoretical Applied Physics. Even they have no competition for what they're doing. They're like decades ahead of everybody else, if not a century ahead. Even in acoustic cables, I look for these companies that are doing stuff that is hard to benchmark on every metric. They're doing stuff ahead of the curve that I think will eventually catch on and will set the benchmarks for other companies. And even for my channel, I try to be, I watched this interview by Rick Rubin, a famous mastering guy. I think he was on 60 Minutes. And he's like, he makes stuff not for the audience. He makes stuff knowing that the audience sometimes doesn't know what they don't know. You know, there's a way to create music that's based on me too, copy whatever everybody else is doing, and that formula is a safer formula. Just like with YouTube, you can copy Mr. Beast, you can copy other people's formula, do another Me Too review channel, or focus on showing your system all the time, you know, all that kind of stuff that are proven formulas. Or you can do something that's innovative, and that's kind of what I tried to do with my channel. Innovative type of coverage at shows where it's more streamlined, quasi-streaming, not really focusing on showing my system, but showing other people's systems and focusing on different things, trying to be innovative, showing you another type of way audiophiles can enjoy the hobby as well, more fun versus sometimes the stuffy side. So all of this is a macro theme of my channel, my journey, and today is a perfect example of showcasing a brand like Kaiser that is innovative, ahead of the curve, I feel, and one that you should probably check out if you haven't heard of them. So without further ado, enjoy the clips. Okay, next up will be the Kaisers, which I've rarely heard other than Munich, but not this model ever. Chris had these as his home choice speaker. You can adjust the tweeter angle. It comes in different woofer configurations, passive radiator and actual woofer. Again,
Panzerholz cabinet, and very stable 3-prong outriggers. Really cool. What is the price on this, Kaiser?
Retail around 90.
Around 90?
In the
Okay.
high gloss finish, you can dumb it down and get 10 to 15,000 off it by not getting these, what they call spider base, and not getting a piano gloss finish.
Okay. Very high-end tweeter, raw ribbon, I think that is. Again, adjustability, different types of woofers you can select. These are the kind of things you look for on top of Panzerholz. It may look like a normal speaker by certain metrics, but no, this is super high-end. This is a treat. We're listening to Ben Webster and Oscar Peterson. Great combo. Thank you. They really disappear. They do really good. Really precise imaging. I'm pretty impressed you just set these up for the first time. You get the full breadth of the sound stage. Yeah, so you're really getting the sense of the stage in front of you. How it was mic'd is really good. Precise imaging, scale. Imaging and scale is tough to get both right. Okay guys, I know some of you have had issues, well at least some of my members, with Nora Jones not sounding right on your system, so I asked them to play this so that we can do looks like the different speed, but that's cool. But you know, this will show you on a very high-end setup, great room. These Kaiser speakers are incredible. They look unassuming. Bass drivers and passive radio on the back. Again, Panzerholz cabinet. adjustable, I guess it's a raw ribbon tweeter. This is very high-end sound, capable of creating an entire sound stage and disappearing. So this should be a treat here.
Very nice. Again, scale of the sound stage. And these were just set up for the first time in this room, not even dialed in, but a few minutes.
Come away with me in the night. Come away with me and I will write you a song. Come away with me on a bus. Come away where they can't tempt us with their lies. And I wanna walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow
Yeah, so I think another important takeaway is that this is a big room, relatively speaking, especially when you add in the square footage of the ceiling height. So if you've got a huge family room, open floor plan, these speakers will still fill it with sound. And obviously it'll give a different presentation if you're near field in a smaller room, heavy absorption versus diffusion.
Summer day